Timekeeping is a human concept. All of the technology is human-made. So for me, knowing that clocks can tell different kinds of time helps me be more in control of my time. This is the oldest clock I've ever had in my shop. It's from the 1500s. It was made in Germany. 500 years ago, this clock would look very similar to what it does now. It has not changed. Just the skill of who made this is remarkable. This clock probably came from a monastery. It would indicate the hours of the day with a bell that you could hear throughout the church and the monastery to tell you, okay, you need to pray at this hour. And it only has a single hand, so it only tells the hour. It's before minutes were really important. It reflected how time was a little more fluid 500 years ago than it is now. Now where time has to be this and we have to do things at a certain time. And so for me, it helps remind me there was earlier types of timekeeping. I think the concept of time has evolved. In the 1500s, if you were a farmer, you got up when your animals needed to be fed, or a shepherd with his dandelion. A shepherd knew in the morning the dandelions would open when first light happened, and dandelion flowers always close at dusk. That was your clock. Mechanical clocks was sort of the beginning of forcing people to go at a different time they were used to. And there was resistance to that. During the Industrial Revolution, the factory workers didn't necessarily trust the factory owners that the amount of time they were spending at work was the correct time. And so then people wanted their own clocks. So there's always been controversy about who's running who. Is the clock running you or are you running your clock? So now when our cell phones are controlling us with their time, it's sort of that same phenomenon. And how do you take control of that again? And what I do is I listen to the ticking of my clocks. There are some people who never grew up with clocks, and so they might not be drawn to that. But also just knowing you do have control over your own time, and to have a mechanical timepiece in your life can help remind you of that. The watch that I wear is a pocket watch. And so that's my timekeeper. Choosing when I see what time it is a very powerful thing. I can lose time if I want to, or I can be really punctual and find my way through. What got me interested in clocks is my curiosity about the world. The clocks always remind me that when I'm frustrated trying to figure another problem out, I can come back here and yes, I can figure out this problem. So I don't get impatient, I get more curious. So if the world is still rushing and I'm going too fast, I can still calm down. That's a good thing. For me, the ticking of a clock is the heartbeat of a house. And so I like that sound around me all the time. A grandfather clock or a tall case clock, its ticking matches my resting heart rate. By knowing what my heart rate is, I know I can slow myself down if I need to. And knowing a grandfather clock and knowing the pace of that tick, I find that reassuring.